all Ugandans will join Karamoja to celebrate the Karamoja Cultural Festival. The theme is celebrating cultural diversity, peaceful coexistence, and tourism for sustainable development. The objective of this celebration is to celebrate identities through traditional events, which include showcasing our culture through positive values, to strengthen the role of women, elders, and youth in a peaceful coexistence and preservation of culture, and most importantly, to package culture as a tourism commodity, and also to rise up our values and our roots as the ethical community. This particular event will be a precursor event for the ethical community celebration, which will be taking place soon around September, and His Excellency the President is going to be the chief guest on this particular event of the Karamoja Cultural Festival. Government of Uganda has supported this festival with 200 million shillings, and we have a number of activities from the 2nd to the 7th. First of all will be to dialogue intensively to ensure that we really usher in peace. 2, have games, a number of games, have the park ride. There will be a culture match, will be storytelling, and we shall also visit the tourism centers around there, including Kidepo. Our celebrations will be in Karenga district, exactly 6 kilometers from Kidepo National Park. The whole essence of this matter is to ensure that we now look at each other as brothers and sisters and defer all things that were relating to rustling of cattle, negative cultural practices, but now promote peaceful coexistence between the ethical community. All Ugandans are aware that the Iteso and Karamoja are related. But over time, there has been a clash between the two. And our work and effort in government is now to see how we dialogue and bring them together as brothers and sisters, live in that particular community, which is a big area that Uganda is blessed with, which holds about 10% of the total land area of Uganda. Ensure that people who live there live peacefully and go back to their cultural norms and practices that bring them together. Soon we shall be inviting other leaders, including from Ethiopia, from Kenya, Teso, part of Lango, and the Karamoja, because all those are article speaking community. Article, to inform you, it comes from the word peace and respect. Peace, respect, and fear. Not the fear of running out from each other, but the fear of preserving respect for each other. So to this end, government of Uganda is committed to bringing everybody in Uganda together, but also go beyond the borders and look at each other as brothers and sisters, stemming from what brings us together than what diverts us or divides us. So this particular event is a precursor event towards a major event where the article community will be together, but we shall have 3 other activities. One, we shall be having another festival in Rira. Another one will be in of course, the Karamoja Culture Festival, and the main one will be in Soroti. So to begin with, we shall begin from 2nd to the 7th with the Karamoja Culture Festival. For now, we want to invite all Ugandans to come and partake of this beautiful story of the Karamoja, the people who live a graceful life, who walk long distances and have remained very fit all the time. The men who are very tall, those who love Karamoja, I would have danced and sung for you Karamoja, and I think you would love their music. They have the best music I've ever seen in the world. Best rhythms. But only because they are not promoted so much, this is the time which we have gazetted for them to have their promote their culture, and look at our brothers and sisters in Karamoja as an area that brings us together with the peaceful coexistence, but also with respect from one another. I love to invite my brothers to have at least take a picture of the Karamojong Article community so that you look at the colors and get interested in really joining them. Somebody mentioned about the young girls who come to Kampala. They may think Kampala is the best place for them to live in, not knowing how advantageous it is for them to be back home. We encourage them to go back home because we want to associate with them. Why would they come many miles away from Karamoja when they are born and raised, and yet they can keep there and settle and be peaceful? There is food now. We have put a lot of interest in Karamoja. I hope you remember that where there used to be no water, water flows almost everywhere in Karamoja. They used not to find food. Now they can find food, and they are digging. They are commercializing in agriculture. They have restocked. Government is restocking. What was disturbing Karamoja was the rustling, and we are saying end to the rustling, and we have to look at each other. The article community has to look at each other as brothers and sisters. Instead, have a positive coexistence through dialogue. The numerous dialogues we are putting in place are the reason we are going there. We would not have sufficient dialogue if we just come and talk to ourselves here in Kampala than talking to where the problem has been. So it is critically important that we bring those brothers and sisters together and celebrate the diversity of the beauty the Karamojong holds. That's why I've labored to put on what the Karamojongs have, because they have presented the best. If you want to talk in terms of smartness, beauty, beading, fashions, design, it really brings something new on the table that we really have to celebrate. So the reason we are going to Karamoja is because we want to solve the problem from its grassroots and turn the whole what has been perceived as a problem into the beauty. Tap into all that beauty. I'm sure not many people have been to Kidepo National Park. We want to begin tourism and want to encourage Ugandans to begin touring Uganda itself. Let's not wait for the foreigners to come and tour Uganda before we know it ourselves. We need to embrace and tap into the beauty and the opportunities that there are in the whole country. Uganda is blessed to have diverse cultures and tribes, about 44 tribes, about 65 cultures. And many people have only known about Uganda, and I'm sure very shortly you're going to ask me to speak Uganda. I wish you asked me to speak Karamojong. I think I would have had maybe one or two words. So we want everybody to feel at Uganda and to be valued the same than bringing all these events into hotels, into conferences. We have gotten out from conferencing. We are going to where the issues are and discuss them from there. We want to see the way the Karamojong dance, the way the Karamojong enjoy themselves, their food, cuisine, fashions, and partake of that new way of life. So Ugandans, the Kampala people, best people who are bored where they are, please come to Karamoja for a week. You will have really erased all the stress. You will have added value to Karamoja because you'll give them some money. You'll come with all the beads that makes you beautiful. And yes, we have known Ugandans are 51% female. We shall find all the men the other side with the big heights. We don't have to look for American height. It's already in Karamoja. Thank you. I'll be there.